Are you thirsty? Water is the best drink to quench your thirst. Water is cheap and sugar-free. Aim to drink 6 to 8 glasses a day, more if it's hot and you're being active. Rethink your next sugary drink and kick the Coke.
Budjeri Napan conducted a 4-week soccer development program with FFV and took 9 teams to the State Indigenous Football Carnival, and this was the result.
My name's Terry Burgess. I work for Department of Education. Got involved with this program, or started to get this program off the ground, called Budjeri Napan. And Budjeri Napan was kind of like a health and a sport initiative towards Indigenous communities around Latrobe Valley. And we promote healthy lifestyles and healthy living. And then what happened is we started off with a few trial projects, sports day, swimming day, things like that. And then we started sort of stepping out of our boundaries and started getting involved in tournaments, footy tournaments, soccer tournaments, cricket tournaments, and such like that. And yeah, so we got here today. This is our 4th year at the Indigenous soccer tournament. It first started off as a really small sort of get-together with other communities around Victoria. They all got involved with playing sort of like gala day soccer. And now that after a few years they've piloted out and they've actually got it nailed down, now it's a big tournament day where we bring all the under 14s, under 12s, under 10s, under 8 kids.
We can't do it without coaches and volunteers. We've had some young people sort of stand up and, under the tuition of Mark Casser from Football Fed, have been able to sort of gain some skills in coaching, but we've also had a lot of parents that are really passionate, and you can see them around here today. And I hope you've caught them on camera, because they're the ones that have really made this day, because without them, the kids can't play if you haven't got the coaches there to supervise them. So, yeah, but really, for getting here, Budjeri Napan's been about promoting healthy lifestyles, about one of the things is getting, good nutrition in kids. And if you notice, we sort of bought a whole range of salad rolls and fruits today that the kids had to make themselves, which was a good learning tool. And physical activity is so important. And also, for social and mental health, to bring so many Koris together, and, it's something you can't do without community being together, is that cultural building, that cultural strengthening. So that's just a win in itself today, and kids feel better about being able to come here and represent Latrobe Valley as, their local area, Booran country. And I think one of the great things is kids actually following on and entering into local sports. And just had a comment from one under 14 girl today, sort of just come up to me 10 minutes ago and said, I'm going to play in Tracy's team in Traralgon. And this girl hasn't played soccer ever before, yet she's developing an interest at that age. And I think that's awesome, because, that's a win. But that's one story. There's many others of them like that, of people experiencing our program, because we won a 4-week program prior to coming down here this year, and an 8-week one last year. And, it's those people following on and going on into the local sports. That's a great win, and we need kids to be more active, and we need those other people in community, and Budjeri Napan's been a fantastic example of that, of community stepping up and actually working in partnership with non-Indigenous people as well, and it's several agencies sort of coming along and being on board. But for us especially, it was money from Domestic Violence Action Fund, or Community Initiative Fund, that was through Department of Human Services, and also the NAMBA Local Domestic Violence Action Group, NAMBA. They were the ones who supported our application, and it's about we took an opportunity to raise awareness for kids around domestic violence, rather than, it seems to be adults a lot, sort of the awareness is raised, but kids have a right to sort of learn about that stuff as well, and that's a big part. And actually Tiffany Hood, who's here today from VACA, has been another great supporter for us of Budjeri Napan, and for these kids coming down. She's a child advocate with VACA, and, supporting kids' awareness around domestic violence and support if there is any. So I think we've just won on all levels today.